What's up everybody, Joe Carteret, Charlotte's best real estate agent, and today I'm super excited to take you to one of my locations in town. It is the Mill District, where we are gonna check out two of my favorites. One is the second location of a Charlotte staple, Soul Food, and the second is gonna be the Urban District Market. It's a not your typical spin on a dining hall. We're gonna try some food, we're gonna talk to the owner, Chun, learn more about the vision of this location, and we're gonna show you all the things that you have to check out when you come here, whether you're a visitor or a local. Let's go take a look. Well, hey, I'm here with Chun. So Tim, how you doing today, man?
Good.
Good. So hey, tell us a little bit about your story and what brought us to where we are today, checking out UDM and Seoul Food.
Sure. So my journey actually starts not in Charlotte. It actually started back in DC. A buddy of mine was like, hey, come move here. So I was like, all right. So we just came to move there. And then while we were there, we wanted to eat a certain cuisine called hot pot. And in DC, they didn't really have hot pot. There were like 2 restaurants. So at the time, we're like, okay, let's go try it out. We'll eat it over there. One was really cheap, and then we got sick after eating it. And one was really expensive. After we ate that one, and we were still left with hunger, like we were still hungry. So we're like, hey, I think we can do better. So we did, and we actually did fairly well there. And then fast forward, my parents were ready to retire, so I came to Charlotte, came back home. Wanted to take a year off, help them retire, and while we were here, we went to this thing called a brewery, and they had dogs at a bar. And that was crazy. Like, what? You can bring a dog to a bar? And like, we were babies
what year
there.
Was that? That was
2014.
Okay,
yeah.
So things are really starting to boom with the brewery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast forward, we have 3 daughters now.
Yeah.
And so we opened up Soul Food number 2. And since we have 3 daughters, we found ourselves no longer at dog parks doing what should we do. Now we're at playgrounds saying, well, what should we do? Yeah. So with our next location, we opened up Soul Food Company, our Mill District location. And now we have a playground, a splash pad, and a dog park. So we're hoping that if we like it here, that everyone else will like it here too.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, one of the biggest things that we were talking about this earlier is just how everything was very intentional. Like, it was very well thought out. You know, obviously the center section we'll see here today that you have laid out perfectly for kids and families to still be able to see their children and engage, but also meet up with their friends. You know, a lot of people, I think the brewery concept blew up and the idea of the babies at the bar was, you know, people still had a social life and they wanted to enjoy that social life, but they also wanted to bring their family along. Tell us a little bit about, speaking of the second Soul location and then the Urban District Market, which is your spin on a food hall kind of setup. Tell us about this whole vision, because you guys have a lot going on here. How did it come to life?
So Urban District Market is something that I've actually dreamed and wanted to do since high school. I've always talked to my friends like, hey, you know, I kind of want to open this place up that's like, you know, a lot of different restaurants in one location. And they're like, you mean like a food court? Like at a mall? I'm like, yeah, but with actually good food.
Yeah.
And then my friends were like, well, no, people go to the mall and they eat at the food court because out of convenience. They don't go to the mall for the food court. But it's like, but why can't it be the other way around? Yeah. Why can't you actually have good food and you go there for good food? Because like, when me and my friends hung out, we rolled pretty deep, and we had like a good 20, 30 of us. It's very hard to decide on a restaurant with 20, 30 different people. We find ourselves going to like CC's Pizza,
the lower quality places just because of the amount of people that had. Yeah. With Urban District Market, how many food stalls do you all have?
Currently, there's 13 stalls. 10 of them that are actually open right now. We've been open for about a year now. We started with opening 4 stalls and then slowly progressed to opening more and more and more stalls. So we're constantly having grand openings. Yeah. Hopefully, we can open up 2 more within the next month. But right now, they are all our concepts currently. And the beauty of this is that we can test the market without dedicating a lease space, dedicating so much time and money and effort and being locked into a lease, and you can't change the concept. So, for example, we can open up ABC Tacos, and let's say ABC Tacos didn't do well. Well, great. Well, that's not, it's okay. We'll switch it out for XYZ burgers. And if that
being
does
able to meet the market where they are versus being locked into something. And so I think a lot of people don't actually know that about you guys. One of the things that sets you apart, from other food halls that typically people go into is that you all do own the concepts, and you've created the concepts and all the work behind the scenes to, map it out, plan it, the food, the people. And so I think with that, just from our conversation and such, I think it does give you a whole lot more control and the ability to meet the customers where they are and get that raw feedback so that you could take action much quicker versus being stuck with something.
And so everything in our urban district market doesn't actually exist in Charlotte. So everything was intentional. All the food stalls, they all sell foods that don't exist in Charlotte. If it's already here, we decided not to put it here because we want to expand Charlotte's palette and bring different cuisines to Charlotte. With that, the market also, it's not your typical grocery store, it's not your typical bodega either. It's a little bit in between where you have a lot of grab and go foods, similar to like a Reed's Fine Foods or a D&D Lucas, but more of an Asian flair to it. A lot of our grab and goes is going to be Asian style. We have onigiris, sushi, we have kimbap, which is a Korean style sushi. And then at the same time, we also have like sandwiches. But those sandwiches are, again, not your typical sandwiches. It's like a truffled egg salad sandwich, a curry chicken sandwich, or even a fruit sando, which is probably one of the most popular items.
Yeah. What's your most popular stall in UDM right now?
Ooh, our most popular stall is going to be the udon.
Okay.
We're probably one of the only places who have a udon machine, and we make udon daily.
Okay.
Most other people, it's very labor intensive to make udon every day, but we actually have a machine like the size of a mini car that actually requires an oil change.
Nice. Tim, another interesting thing you all do here that's worth highlighting is you have a space here, a bar called Laboratory, right?
Yes.
What's this all about?
So Laboratory provides all the alcohol for the urban district market.
Okay.
But the whole idea behind it is we wanted to make soju.
Okay.
Soju is like Korean vodka, but without the bad taste.
Yeah.
So the problem with North Carolina is they don't offer soju. So you have to get it from the ABC store, but we have to special order it. It's not readily available. So it takes us like months to get it. And then when we run out, we run out and we have to wait
stuck.
3 more months to get it. To combat that, we decided, hey, we'll just start our own soju distillery. So found out in the process of doing that, a byproduct is actually beer. You have to make beer first to be able to make the soju.
Okay.
So if we're gonna do that anyways, we decided, hey, we might as well make a full-on brewery too.
Yeah.
So we are decided to build Laboratory into a brewery and a soju distillery. We're actually in the process of getting our licensing. Within the next month, we should be brewing our first batch of beer. And we should be now making our own beer as well as distilling our own soju.
Tim, it's been great, man. We're gonna go check out, take some food, see what all you have to offer here, but thanks for your time. I appreciate
Sounds good,
you.
thank you.
One of my favorite areas of UDM is the market. This is a space where you can find things you're not gonna find anywhere else in Charlotte, and really some unique goodies. So let's go take a look at some of my favorites. Starting with one of my favorite areas of the market, especially on a hot day, are these little Japanese sandwiches called sandos. One of my absolute favorites is the peach. Gotta check out the peach flavor, it's fantastic. Again, especially on a warm day, these cold sandwiches are to die for. So you definitely have to check out their beverage selection. They have a huge wine, beer, sake, soju, one of my favorites, two that I'm holding here, the leche and the pineapple are a must. They also have a big selection of beer, local as well as some imports that you probably won't find anywhere in Charlotte. And on top of that, you love snacks like I do, Korean Doritos or green tea Kit Kats from Japan. So as Tim mentioned earlier, one of the most popular places here at UDM is the udon spot, and it's one of my favorite too. Now, if you don't know what udon is a Japanese noodle. It's a thicker noodle, and it's used in tons of different Japanese dishes. So let's take a look at my favorite, and they actually carry it here. So my favorite is actually the Jappong, and it is a spicy broth, and it's gonna be some seafood, some pork, and those delicious homemade Japanese udon noodles that you can get here at UDM. Now, if you're smart, kind of an inside trick, make sure that you get some tempura to add into your udon for a nice crunchy snack. They've got shrimp, they've got squid, corn, chicken, you name it. It's definitely a must if you're getting udon here at UDM. So in addition to all the seating indoors here at UDM, they also have a ton of outdoor options, which you'll see this beautiful patio here. They have a bridge going over the Little Sugar Creek Greenway with a rooftop terrace seating area as well. This awesome dog park that they have and a ton of outdoor areas for you to enjoy between UDM and Seoul Food. One of the hottest attractions, or coolest depending on the weather, for kids attached here to the complex is definitely the splash pad. I definitely have to share with you one of my favorite places here on site, Seoul Food Meat Company. Now, if you're familiar, you may have gone to the OG location, which is across town, 4,000 square foot. Now, there's over 15,000 square foot of open dining spaces, tons of great food, great K-pop music in the background, and a lot of fun amenities. Let's check it out. So there's a ton of fun to have here as well. They have a ton of arcade games. They have private karaoke rooms. You can private event space here. They also have another bar in this area too. And last but not least, I'll let you in on a little secret. They also have a speakeasy called Bruno, but shh, we don't talk about that. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the tasting. So 3 of their most popular items here on the menu. Number 1 is, and it doesn't really need its own introduction, is the beef rib. This amazing piece of meat right here is one of their top ordered items. And as you can see, it looks delicious. My mouth's just watering sitting here looking at it and smelling it. This right here is the baked ramen. This I've actually had before here. It's amazing. It's a good staple as a side with your meats. And then the wings, they're well known for their wings. They're award winning. You've got the garlic soy, the soy garlic wings here, and then you have the sweet and mild. Both are absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to dive into them. All right, we're gonna start with the soy. Go a little lighter here. The wings. Extremely flavorful. I wanna move to the hotter one here. So they use a gochujang, which is a Korean spicy sauce barbecue, to make their barbecue sauce. As you can see, they're messy, but you gotta come prepared to eat something that's delicious and get your fingers a little dirty. So I'm gonna go in for some of the beef rib. You can definitely tell the smokiness on it. It's been cooked correctly. It's nice and tender. And the flavors are just amazing on this beef rib. No doubt, it's one of their #1 sellers here. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go because this food right here looks amazing, it tastes amazing, and I don't want it getting cold. But before I do, make sure that you come check out Seoul Food and UDM. If you haven't been, come along. Bring your friends, bring your family. Check them out also online on Instagram at Urban District Market or Seoul Food Meat Company. To come here in person, the location is 421 East 26th Street. Or you can certainly go to the OG location as well. I'll catch up with you guys next time. I'm gonna go eat. Catch you later.